What's up, Savages? Thanks for tuning in. Hope everyone is doing awesome. Thanks to all those liking, subscribing, and commenting. You guys are pretty cool. Last night we ran through how to change the blockchain data folders for your Ravencoin desktop Qt wallet using a fairly simple registry edit. And we'll kind of cover it again tonight as well. But tonight we'll be doing a different method. We'll go into how to do it by adding a switch to the wallet executable, and we're also going to look at possible ways to speed up your blockchain syncing. So this is going to be kind of interesting. Hopefully it doesn't last too long and I get you guys out of here. But anyway, if you want to know how we got to this point, please be sure to check out last night's video. I was really tired. I'm always tired whenever I'm doing these live streams, it seems like. And I know that people don't like to hear that because everybody's tired nowadays, right? But I was really tired and I got kind of mixed up whenever I got to the point of where I was putting the new data and the location and the wallet and all that stuff in it. I kind of got mixed up because I was using a destination or a folder structure that I had used a long time ago. So it was like some things were already there and it was a little bit confusing, but you can watch the video. I mean, we worked through it and it did work. It was just something that kind of threw me for a loop for a second. So yeah, a little bit confusing. Tonight we're going to use a brand new location that starts as empty, so we should be able to see exactly what's going on. Plus we'll look at a few details that we probably missed last night. First, let me show you the wallet that we're going to be working with. Let me show you exactly let me start with the executable. So I've got a shortcut on my desktop here. Let me just bring up the properties for that so that you can see it. So this is where my current folder, or actually my current wallet launches from, is right here, this folder right here. So this is where the shortcut that I'm going to launch is running from. Okay, so let me do that. Let me launch that. And if my machine locks up, I will be back. Sometimes launching these wallets, it messes up, so we'll see. Hopefully it will be all right. Not really going to interact with the chat if you guys are in there. I will check it here in a few minutes, but I really want to get through the main part of this as quickly as possible. Looks like some people are in there. I see Crypto Z. What's up, man? I said I wasn't going to interact with the chat, but while we're waiting on that thing to fire up. What's up, Deadwood? Yeah, we did the Crypto Z. We did some stuff with app data last night. I have my wallets on a totally different drive, so that's kind of what we're kind of looking at. Yeah, and it is kind of easy. It's not that bad, but last night I got kind of mixed up only because, like I was saying, the folders already existed and I didn't know what was what, and it was kind of confusing. So yeah, we'll check it out. Let's get to it. So this is my wallet that we're going to be messing with. This is my hot mining wallet, basically, where I've mined Raven for some time here. And I want to note something really close here. You can see that this wallet contains assets, right? So they're all listed down here. The Google Play Ravencoin wallet, I don't know why I have that asset. They sent it to me. I guess they got, they can do that on the asset layer, the Ravencoin network. So they just sent it to me. It's like an airdrop kind of thing. Same thing for Level. SavageMine, this one is actually my asset that I own, and this is the A here means that this is the administrative asset, and then this is a unique asset down here down here for one of the GPUs. Like I've gone through several videos of how to, you know, this was like an asset example. What was the name of that video? Forget. Ravencoin asset use case, that's what it was. Asset use case like example, and if you want to check that out, it was kind of neat, neat idea. I would like to proceed further with it once they implement voting and rewards and all those other features of the Ravencoin network that will be implemented in the future. And then the same thing for Ravenland and Raven assets for sale. Both of these were just airdropped to me. So the only asset that I'm really totally concerned with are these two, but I just wanted to note that this wallet does contain those assets. Okay. And I don't know if it has, well, actually it has to, yeah, it's in the wallet. So it reads it that way. So just keep that in mind for future reference. Now, as far as where the wallet or the blockchain data currently is, remember last night we went to regedit, and that's where we actually changed the location. Right here in this, you can see where I browse to right here. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but that's where I browse to. So once you open regedit, you go there, computer's at the top, and then you'll go HKey current user, software, Raven QT. And then you can, you know what, now that I'm thinking about it, this might only be in here if you, yeah, I might have to research that a little bit more. I don't know if, yeah, this would only be in here if you install the wallet as a setup, right? So if you use the setup, if you just download the wallet and extract the files, I don't believe that this gets created. I could be wrong, but I need to play around with that to see if that's right. Anyway, you can see right here that the data directory is crypto wallets Raven, or RVN Raven. So if you go to, I'm gonna close this. Then we'll go to that folder. Let me bring that up. Just cleaning this up a little bit so there's not too much shown here. Alright, so this is the location that we just saw. And I know I've got a bunch of, I think I was having like syncing problems or something. That's why I got all these peers in here. But right here is the wallet.dat. So this is your wallet file. And this is the location that was in the registry, right? So this is where your blocks and your chain state and your peers and all that stuff are actually located, and your wallet. Now, we changed it to that last night and everything worked, and it was syncing. I think whenever the video actually locked up at the end, I believe it was syncing. It did finish and everything was fine. As time was going on, you know, as it was syncing the blockchain again, it was showing, you know, different, my ravens were showing up in there, you know, as it went through the whole syncing the blockchain, you know, over the period of time. It was like, I think it was 1 year or something out of, you know, obviously it was 2018, January 3rd of 2018, whenever they launched. So it was all the way back to there that it had to sync. So it took a while. It took about, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours, I think. But we're going to look at a way to maybe alleviate that if you've already synced the chain once and it's actually up to date. So we'll look at that as well. So this is the current location, and the thing that I kind of overlooked last night was that the wallet and, well, your whole Ravencoin desktop QT wallet has 3 main components of the system that it uses. It uses the Raven-QT, which is your, or .exe, which is your actual wallet. It's this file right here. And that's where this is actually launching from, or, you know, that's what my shortcut points to, is that right there. And then it also uses the the blocks and the chain state folders, and the blocks is the big one, right? and actually not in this case because I'm looking at the wrong one, but right here, blocks. Yeah, see, you can see how this is how we got kind of mixed up last night. There's all these old folders in here. But if you go to blocks here, it's going to be 6.99 gig, and that's what prompted me to move it off of my C last night. Was I'm running out of drive space on this computer, so I needed to move it. So that's what got me to look into doing this. But blocks, and then chain state, and then your peers .dat right here, and then your wallet. So those are your basic three components: are your wallet exe itself, which can be anywhere. You can put this wallet exe anywhere you want. This file right here, and I think that this is the only file you need. These other ones come with whenever you download the new wallet. It comes with it. This is like a client line interface, the silly wallet here, and then this is the daemon itself. I think that these two files are used together, but this one basically does everything on its own, and then this one is the testnet wallet. So those three components, Ravenqt, the executable, the blocks, chain state, and peers.dat, and then the wallet.dat itself. All right. So the safest thing to do, obviously, before we start messing around with any of this stuff, is to back up your wallet. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to go and choose a new location, actually, just anywhere. I'll just put it on my desktop here. Say the 19th June. So I'll show you where I put it real quick. Yeah, I thought I'd clean that up a little bit, but anyway, I put it right, where is it? Right here. Raven wallet backup. So that is my wallet, and your wallet contains, that wallet.dat file contains your addresses, your private keys, your transactions, and all that stuff. So it's a history, basically, of what you've done with that wallet. So that's where my backup is, so that's good. So then we'll close the wallet, and with the Ravencore wallet, if you just hit the exit, it doesn't really close it. You have to actually go down to your taskbar, or your what was it, quick launch area down there, and right click on it, which you guys can't see this, but I'm actually getting it closed. So it basically drops down into a hidden state, and then you have to go and hit the little up arrow, right click, and exit in order to get out of it. All right. So we got a backup, we got the wallet closed. So now this method, last night, like I was saying, last night we used the registry method. This method we're going to use, how we start up the wallet is going to have a choose data directory, or a CHOOSEDATADIR switch on it. Okay, so what we can do is, let me bring up the folder where the wallet is. And whenever I say wallet, I probably should just say Ravencore wallet. Okay, so that way we're not getting confused on what we're talking about. The executable is what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go to the folder that has the executable in it to launch the wallet. I know you can't see it, just give me a second here. Alright, so here's where the executable is, remember? Then we are going to go to the start menu, and then we're going to type in run, and then enter. And then you guys aren't going to be able to see it because it's over here. But we can do it like this. Alright, so what you would do, it's already in there because I was playing around with it, but so once you're in the run block here, just bring down the executable. And again, this could be anywhere. This executable could be anywhere. and it just goes ahead and drops in, you know, the path to the executable. And then we're going to put a space, a dash, and a choose data dir switch, right? So now whenever the wallet launches, it's going to ask you where you want to place it, the data directory. So in our case, we want to create a brand new one so that we can really pay attention to what's going on in the folder structure when as we go through the process, you know, of actually getting things up and running. So let me turn off this other camera real quick. Maybe. Yeah, here we go. So we are going to choose a new location, right? Because we want a blank starting point. So I'm going to come over here, go to wallets. That's where I have everything. I've done a lot of shows, so there's a lot in here. But we're going to create a new one. I'm going to create a new folder called Ravencoin RVN, something like that. And then that's going to be our new folder for our blockchain data and we're going to eventually, well, we're not going to put our wallet in there actually. I'm going to do something else with the wallet. Maybe we'll do that after. But this is going to be the blockchain data folder, right? So we're going to choose that. And actually what I'll do, yeah, let's see here. Select folder like that. Okay. If you use the default, I think that's whenever it throws it into your app data folder on your local C drive, but we don't want to do that. We want to use custom. So then we're going to click OK. So all we've done is we've basically told the executable, the wallet executable, to launch and ask us again where we want to put the data, right? Or where the data already exists. I mean, we tried to do that last night, but it didn't really work that well. So as you can see, whenever you do this, there's no data there, right? So it's got to sync the whole chain again, which is what takes so long. But I'm going to hide that, and you can see that there's no Raven in there. There's no assets. There's no coins in here at all. So what I'm going to do is, let's go ahead, because by now, yeah, you can see down there it's like 1 year, 23 weeks behind, blah, 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 syncing the headers and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this, and I'm going to really close it. I'm clicking the little up arrow down at the bottom right hand corner and choosing exit. And then we're going to go and look at that structure that we just created, right? By doing what we did. And it should be in here. So this is the structure that it creates by default. Or whenever you point to a new location, boom, and then you launch the wallet, the actual executable, boom, it starts building this stuff in here, right? So you can see assets, blocks, chain state. So if you're looking at backing, like what I would have done if this was me doing it without going through it, you know, in real time like this, I probably would have made a backup of the existing folder structure just to begin with, just copied it somewhere out of the way so that I have it, just in case. But now that we know what we're looking for as far as the data structure and what it looks like, we see that there's a wallet down here. We can see that it's very small, so this wallet is empty, right? It's not our wallet because it doesn't contain any, it's a brand new wallet. You can see the creation date, 8:49 p.m. today. So it is not the right wallet. And that's fine. This is that part where you don't start freaking out, right? Stay calm. All right. Now, the next thing that we'll want to do, if we want to speed up the process of syncing, right? We know, or I mean we know on this show anyway, that we had a fully synced wallet before we started this, right? So I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that if we go out here to the old location where the wallet was synced, and we grab, not that one, we grab blocks, chain state, and peers.dat. Whoops. I don't know what happened there. Blocks, chain state, and peers.dat. I'm going to copy them. And if you had made a backup of this, you know, obviously you'd be getting it from there. If you had copied the whole structure. And then wallets, go back to wallets, and then go to the new location, which is right here. Now I copied, all I did was I copied it. So I'm going to paste it here. And you have to do this without the wallet running, of course. And you can see it's a lot of data. It's 8 gig, right? Almost 8 gig, or maybe a little bit over 8 gig. So it'll take a couple minutes, so I'll check the chat while we're doing that. See what you guys are up to. What's up? I got all the Aeon folks in here tonight. That's cool. Thanks for showing up, guys. What's up, Michael? Michael Johns, I see you too. So how's that, the Aeon plaque is in, where is it at now? Is it in Europe? Is it with CryptoZ? I don't remember where it's at now. No, they just did an update on it though. I know it takes a little while, but I'm telling. Oh, yeah, that's right, United Kingdom. But I'm telling you, this, if this works, then this is going to be way faster than trying to let it sync on its own, right? And I'm also going to show, if this works, I'm going to show another way, sort of how to do it. It's not. It used to be a recommended way of doing this, but it looks like maybe I don't know if they still actually use the website or not, and I'll get to that once this is done here. Yeah, that's awesome, man. The plaque thing is so cool. That's super neat. I'm glad Crypto Nuffy is going to get it too. That's going to be neat. And you, of course, CryptoZ. I mean, you know, you go without saying. You're part of the team there. I probably shouldn't drink on camera, but it's just 4 of us in here, so. We can check the market real quick, I guess. Yay! I'm digging that. Man, I haven't been able to do it. I haven't been able to work on my machine at all. Honestly, I started looking at everything, and you know, it's one of those things where where was I at? I was looking at the AMDs, right, the processors, and this is asking if I want to merge that folder. Index, yes. And you know, there's new stuff coming out, right? Which I know that you're never going to get the latest and greatest. You know, there's always going to be something new on the horizon. But in this case, it's pretty close to the release date, July 7th, for the new processors from AMD. So, and then I was also looking at the whole Intel versus AMD, all that stuff. I'm going to replace. Yeah. So I'm just looking at everything. I think I'm going to wait until July 7th and go from there. That's basically my goal. So I know it's kind of silly. I probably should just go ahead and build an i9, but you know, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I'm busy, plus I got that on my mind, plus I'm doing live streams, so it's just, I just haven't done it yet. And my machine hasn't like pissed me off enough to where I just chunk it in the middle of the street. So I'm just dealing with it, I guess. All right, so that folder copied over. All right, so now if we launch that wallet, it should be really close to being synced already. I just synced before the stream, so it should be really close. So I'm gonna go to over there to where the old location was. I'm gonna move this in a minute anyway, but I'm gonna launch this. And what should happen is it should sync either really fast because it's only been a few minutes, you know, less than an hour. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I will continue with a build though. I have to have a new computer. I just don't know what the hardware is going to be just yet. I know you wanted me to build a Intel rig, right? All right, so if we're looking at this, again, scary, right? The first time you launch it because there's 0 Raven in there. But if you look at the bottom right hand corner, it says up to date. Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can. So what we did by copying those folders over, it was so much faster than, you know, waiting on the blockchain to sync, right? Because we already had it synced, so why are we doing it twice? And all it does is it looks at that folder structure and the index and the peers.dat and all those 3 folders, those 2 folders and then that 1 file, and it figures it out and re-indexes everything, and then boom, you're all fully synced already. So that is super cool. Now what we have to do is get our wallet back in here, right? So we did a backup. What I'll do is I'll close this wallet, right? I'll just click file exit up here. That way it actually closes. Because before I was just, if you click the X, then you have to go and close it manually because it just goes down into the taskbar. So we'll just do it like that. And what was I doing? Getting distracted. Oh yeah, wallet. Okay, so I have a backup of the wallet .dat file, right? I'm gonna go, I put it on the desktop. So I'm gonna go and grab that. I'm just copying it. Then I'm going to paste it into the new location. This is so clean looking, right? And then you got a wallet.dat in here, so then you paste it in there. But if you just do it like that, it's not going to work, right? Because you have to, the file name has to be wallet.dat, right, that you open. So what I would do in this case is I would probably just click down here, rename this one to old. And then if you don't see the extensions, so you can't do that, you could just delete it or, you know, move it somewhere else. And then you want to rename this file to wallet.dat. So now, whenever you launch the wallet, your Raven should be in there. Or in this case, my Raven should be in there. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, let me show you this real quick too. Because you can see the file size difference right here. 17, almost 18 meg. And then the original, the old one is just 1.3. So, you know, 1 meg, just a little over 1 meg. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to go out here to Raven. Yeah, I'm going to be happy to get all this stuff cleaned up. I don't know, is it going to work? Let's see. It might have to do a little bit of work to get everything situated, and maybe that's probably what it's doing now, the block index and stuff. I haven't done this particular part of it before, so I'm hoping it works. If it doesn't, I'm just out of 14,000 ravens. That's not going to be good. I mean, I have a backup and stuff, so. Just kidding. All right, so now we have our ravens back, right? We have a fully synced blockchain, and we have the raven. Yay, awesome. But, oh my gosh, my assets are missing. Remember, we had all those assets down here? Where are those at? Uh-oh. So we have to find out what's going on with that. So we're going to exit again. Let's go over here to where we had the old structure. And I kind of pointed it out before, whenever we were kind of talking about it. There's this folder right here. Remember, this was the right location. This is the one. It's like a little deeper than this is. Again, this is where we got kind of confused last night because there was all this other junk in here. But I know that in the Raven folder here, this is the most up-to-date folder. So this folder here is where your assets are listed. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go to the new location. And you see that there is a folder here, but it's not showing me my assets, right? So I think now I copied the whole assets folder. Let's go in, let's do a comparison real quick. So let's look at this one. This is the new one, right? So let's go over here to the old one. There's a lot more stuff in there. So this is the one I copied. So let's go back over to the new location. And then I'm just going to right click, paste. It says there's already a folder called assets. Okay, fine. Merge it. I'm going to decide for each. I think I can probably, because these files are same sizes and stuff, I'm just going to skip them because I know I have a working wallet, so I don't want to like overwrite with something that might mess it up. So I'm going to skip those two files because it's just what are the files? Current and lock. Okay, so probably not a big deal. So I'm going to skip those files. Now let's go and relaunch the wallet, and hopefully those assets show back up. Alright, so let me get back to the old location, and I'm also going to fix the wallet situation too. I'm going to get the wallet inside of that same folder structure as well. But for now it's in here under binaries here. So I'm going to launch the wallet. Come on, assets. RIP assets. I hope not. Man, I keep drinking on camera. I need to stop doing that. Oh, they are still not there. I wonder if I need to copy, if I do need to overwrite those two files. It's probably likely. All right. Let's try that. I was really thinking that that was going to work. All right, let me get back out to, so this is the old location. I'm just going to just start at the beginning, copy again, and then go to the new location, assets. Oh, wait a minute now. It didn't put them in there. Maybe because I didn't copy those two files. Okay, that kind of makes sense, I guess. All right, so I'm going to paste again this time. My wallet's shut down, right? I did shut it. So I'm going to do this again, except this time I'm going to replace the files. And it was just those two files, and that kind of makes sense. I should have done that originally. So let's see if that fixes it. So the old location for the wallet. I know this gets like, golly man, why do you keep going there? I'm just making sure I do the exact same steps, you know. Okay, fingers crossed. So would you rather see me drink on camera or the camera go away for a second? All right, come on, assets. Okay. All right, yeah, that's good. We got it. So lesson learned. Whenever it's asking about that lock file and whatever the other one was called, actually we can go and look. Let's go and find out exactly what those two files are named, because it made a difference for sure. So let's go over here to the new location, assets. Yeah, the current and the lock. These two files, remember whenever I first copied them, that very first time, I chose not to overwrite it. Because I was in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I got a working wallet, right? So I don't really want to mess up the working wallet and the whole syncing and all that stuff. In hindsight, obviously, you need to overwrite them because it's from the old assets location. So makes sense. I don't know what the files do, but it obviously has some reference to what assets are actually listed in there. So there you go. So I think that we are good. The only other thing I wanted to show you, was moving the actual executable, right? Because right now, the executable for the wallet is down here in a weird location. So what I'm going to do, I think you only need to have this file, but if you go and download, let's see here. If you download the new wallet, there's two different ways of doing it. You can either download the setup or the actual files, right? Just the raw files, which looks like this. So this is right off of their website, off of Ravencoin.org. So if you go into the binary folder, that's what you see, which is those 4 files. But technically, to launch the wallet, you only need the exe. And if you run the setup, then it's going to walk you through, and whatever the folder location you choose is where it's going to put these files. And it'll put this structure right here. Actually, I can show you. I got a really good example here. Let me get this off of here for a second. See if I can find it. Yeah, so if you run through the setup, it'll look like this. And whatever folder you choose, it'll put a Raven folder in there, and then it'll put a wallet folder in there, and then it'll put these files in here in this structure, and then it gives you an uninstall. I still am curious, because I would imagine that if you just download the raw files and you don't do the setup, then I don't know how it would throw that stuff in the registry. It might. I would probably have to do some testing to see if that actually happens or not. Whenever you launch Raven QT, whether or not it just writes that information to the registry or not. I kind of think it doesn't, but I don't know for sure. So anyway, and then in the daemon, that's where you get the silly wallet, the command line interface, and then the daemon itself. But you only need Raven QT. Doesn't really matter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that folder right there. So I'm going to go back here. Because that's how it gets installed whenever you run through the setup, I'm just going to make it easy and copy the whole thing. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to copy Raven. Maybe not. I'm going to copy Raven. And then I'm going to put that in the new location, the shiny new no problem location. Paste that in there. Then I'm going to update my shortcut to point to that right there. So I'm going to grab this, copy, go over to my desktop. I've got a shortcut to the wallet on my desktop. Looks like this. So I'm going to highlight that, paste in the new location like that. I think that this needs to be let me cancel that for a second. Hang on. See what the actual path was in there first. Raven bin. Yeah, so I'm replacing that whole thing. Yep. All right, so paste that. Should be good there. Paste that. Should be good there. Apply. Okay, so now whenever I go out to my desktop and double click on my wallet, my wallet is already running, so let me exit out of there. Then I'm going to launch the shortcut again. Which points to this location right there. It points to that file right there. I just updated the shortcut. It's not a big deal. I mean, you could right click on it here and go create shortcut. I kind of did it the hard way, but you can create shortcut here. Name it whatever you want. Right? And then copy that shortcut out to your desktop if you want it on your desktop. You can put it anywhere you want. So yeah, kind of cool. All right, so it looks good, man. This is looking good. Up to date, fully synced, got my assets in there. If you look at transactions, I can show you all something here where I created Brandon Coin, right? The Brandon Coin asset. He still has not gotten back to me so I can transfer it to him. And the same thing for Red Panda Mining. I've got his asset, but it's on my phone. And neither one of these guys has sent me a valid asset aware address for me to send it to them. So hit them up on their Discord and tell them to give me an address, man. I want to get rid of these assets. I'm not trying to keep them. I want to give them to the people that they should go to, you know. So on my wallet here, let me show you this here. So I've got, I don't know if you can see that. It's probably not going to focus on there, but you know, these are the assets that they've also sent to my mobile wallet. But if I click show more, you can see right here is I did send the yeah. So what's over here? Okay, oh, that's right, because I sent it. You can see it right here actually. Assets sent. Actually, let me show you that. Hang on. Get back over here. So if you look right here, I sent that. Let me zoom up on it. So I sent this asset, the Ravencoin asset, to my wallet, to my mobile wallet. Does that make sense? So that's why it shows up on here. So that's right here, and that's the administrator wallet, right? Or the the administrator asset. It's got the A on it and it's orange, so that's for administrator. And then this one down here is Red Panda Mining. I got that one as well, so I need to send that to him. So pretty cool. All right. Well, I don't know, man. That actually went a little bit smoother than I thought it was going to. So that's kind of a good thing. What we could do now is actually go over here and clean up all those unused folders. So what I'm going to do, just as a effort, as an example or an effort, I'm just going to rename this folder as old, and I'm going to leave it in there for a while just to make sure that everything's good, right? And this one right here I can get rid of because that was just an example of if you run through the setup wallet version, then that's what it looks like whenever you create it. And then here's our brand new shiny perfect sync database perfect wallet location. So I'm going to delete this old wallet here, and then now it's just absolutely super clean and perfect, just the way I like it. All right, I am going to end the stream there. I believe I covered everything that I wanted to. Checking my notes, make sure I got everything, and it looks like I did. All right, super cool. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I will see y'all maybe in a few minutes. I might do maybe a little beam video, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I feel like. I don't know if Brandon's going. Let's see if check out Ravencoin, see if he's going live tonight. I know he's been in the process of moving. Oh, you know what? That's one thing I didn't show y'all. I just remembered. Okay, so this site right here is called cryptochainer.com, and you can, I don't know which projects they're still updating, but it looks like, because I downloaded the Raven. So let me back up a little bit. Remember whenever we had a fully synced wallet already, right? So we saw that at the beginning of the stream. We had all the folder structure, everything was synced. I had the assets in there. You saw my Raven in there, and all that stuff was good. And then whenever we created the new folder structure or the new folder location, which actually I want to check registry to see if it updated that real quick. Hang on. Let's see what it did there. Yeah, so it did update. Okay, so that's a good point. I did not run through the setup, right? So I didn't install a new wallet. Remember, I just moved it. So this, oh no. We started up the wallet with the new location. Okay, got it. So that is the new location. All right. So that makes sense. All right, forget all that. That makes perfect sense. All right, so we had that folder structure and the blockchain was already downloaded. It was the blocks, the chain state, and the peers.dat. And we took, and in this case, you got to remember that you should also grab your assets folder as well. So in some of the little tutorials and stuff that I looked at on the Ravencoin wiki, it didn't include that assets folder because they were clearly created. All this info was created prior to the assets layer being implemented. So just remember to grab, if you do have assets. If you don't have assets, you probably won't even have the folder. Actually, you will probably have the folder, but there probably won't be anything in it, right? So if you don't have any assets, just don't worry about it. But you would grab the assets, the blocks, the chain state, and the peers.dat file. Copy that to a new to the new location where you're where you're telling the wallet to start up in, right? Now, that saved us a whole lot of time. That saved us hours of waiting on it to sync, right? Well, what this site does here, CryptoChainer, it actually has that information into a single file, a DAT file. I think it's a DAT. And then you extract that, and it basically is those two folders and the file and the peers.dat file, and it throws it wherever you tell it to extract it to, your new location, and it helps speed up the process. But if these guys don't do what we did and create a new DAT file all the time, then it can become out of date pretty fast, right? As time goes on. So if you look in here and you go to CryptoChainer blockchains N through Z, and then you look down through here, you're going to see Raven right here. You click on Raven, and you can see that it's going to download the Raven blockchain, right? But we're going to cancel that because I already did it. And this is what it looks like. So this is the file that I downloaded, and it's only 2.9 gig. And remember, our blockchain folders were 8 gig, right? So you know right off the bat that it's probably out of date. So if you go into the folder and you go into the blocks, well, actually you can look at the date modified right there. And the last time this one was updated was 12/6 of 2018. So does this help? Sure, it does help. It gets you basically almost a full year, well, 11 months of the blockchain, so that you can kind of speed up the process. So whenever you first launch that wallet, if you use this method, then you're going to gain basically a whole year, right? 11 months that you don't have to worry about syncing. But like I said, if you were like us and we already had a fully synced blockchain, then there's no reason to go here and get this file. If they did keep it updated, it would be cool, as like this out there on the interwebs, and just go and grab it. But there you go. So that is, in a nutshell, what I wanted to cover about that. There might be other locations. I don't know where they are. There might be other websites and stuff like that for grabbing I did a quick Google search. This was basically the one that I remembered people talking about it last year. So that's why I went there. So it doesn't look like they keep all of them up to date. I don't know how often. Maybe they do it every 6 months or something. I don't know. I could imagine that trying to keep all this up to date. Could you imagine being the web guy for this and trying to keep all these blockchains up to date? Yeah, that would be rough. So they probably do it maybe once every 6 months, maybe even a year. I don't know. I don't know what their cycle is here, but kind of cool. That is a good thing to check out. So let's go and look and see if we could totally raid Crypto Wendy-O right now. She's live. Let's go. I was going to see if Brandon Coin is going to go live. That's right. Maybe not. So I don't see anything for him yet. I don't know if maybe he hasn't been tweeting anything either. Normally I like to keep people up to date with tweets and stuff, but I know he's been moving, so. We should Savage raid her. So you guys head over to her channel real quick. All right, I'm going to end it here, and I will see you guys maybe in a few minutes. I might do some beam stuff. I don't know. We'll see what I feel like. I'll see you guys later. Yeah, maybe I'll see you guys later. We'll see what happens. Wow, that was an hour? Golly. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for stopping by and checking this out. I will see y'all later. Maybe. Stay savage.